So we're here at Newfound Gap. This is the Tennessee-North Carolina state line. Steve and I are about to take this Charlie's Bunion hike, 8 or 9 miles. There's the platform where the president dedicated the park in the 30s. But this is what we are going to be seeing a lot more of as we go down the Appalachian Trail, about 4 miles or so that way to Charlie's Bunion. Trail starts up a climb right away. I think there's 1,600 feet vertical climb that you do in about 4 miles. These wooden steps that they made, in my opinion, are harder to climb than just the rocks and the roots. Yeah, there's one of the famous Appalachian Trail blazes, but this tree has had a problem. Sometimes you'll have a deadfall like this that's right across the trail. You cannot cross it. You have to climb over it or under it or something. Here's a spot where it's a little bit steeper, but they built some steps out of rock, so this isn't too bad. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, here's where it gets to be a little fun. This is the trail here. I don't know if I can keep the camera on. Yeah, I guess I can. Yeah. That's what's fun about hiking. But I'll tell you, it's so clear. I think the views we're going to have are going to be unbelievable this time around. It's the first little bit of view. Camera might be trying to focus on the trees, but way out in the distance, you can see some of the little fog and clouds down in the valleys. Sure enough. What do you think, Steve-O?
It's beautiful. Incredible.
If I would have walked just 50 more feet, I could have gotten a little bit better view of the situation. Again, that's so much more clear than when I was here a week ago. Oh yeah.
Definitely temperature I like to hike in.
Me too.
Humidity is right. Or anything. And I've seen people post pictures of it since then, of that happening. So it must happen on a fairly regular basis. But
yeah, I think areas are known for that, you know.
But, I mean, the wind was probably carrying it right, and that sun was just starting to heat it up.
This is looking off toward the western side now. So we come up upon yet another little rock scramble. Certainly mountain bikers don't come up here. But we're right on the, and I always say it, these videos don't really show depth, but we're right on the edge of a ridge. So I think
purple.
that, let me see. It is my buddy's recent, was it about 2 months ago you broke your arm?
Yeah.
See the other side too. Major surgery, and he's out here hiking with the best of us. I shouldn't say the best of us, he's hiking with me too. But most of this trail is in the woods. So even in hot weather, you're going to have a tremendous amount of shade. And it's usually about 10 degrees cooler up here than it is down in the valley. Gatlinburg area, Pigeon Forge. Oh yeah. And we do have, because we're up on the ridge, there's usually a pretty good breeze because the wind is just shooting up the valley there, so it makes it very comfortable. Yeah, Steve just brought my attention to this gnarly old tree here by the intersection. This is the first of two intersections we'll come to. The trail to the right ends up going to Prongtail. We're going to the left, and another mile there's another intersection, and then you've got 1.3 miles what they call the Ice Water Spring Shelter, a backpack respite. Here the sun rays are coming through the trees. Man, it's a waterfall of sun. Boy, it almost looks like special effects with the camera, but
Can you get a...
that is, you can see the mist falling up through the trail there. Okay, here's the second of two intersections. This time the Appalachian Trail and Charlie's Bunion goes to the right. We got 1.3 miles to go, so we're almost 3/4 of the way there. There is where you end up going to the jump off. Maybe 2/10 of a mile, there's a spur that takes a hard right, and that is the steepest climb of the whole hike up there. But we're making good time. 1.3 miles to Charlie's Bunion, and only 0.2 miles to the Ice Water Spring Shelter. This is that section of trail where on the last video I explained that, or I made the comment that trees looked a little spooky, but there's more sun speckling through the trees. It looks awesome out here.
Oh, yeah. Looking for Frodo Baggins.
Either that or a velociraptor to step out from behind one of these corners.
Yes, it looks incredible.
So this is the Ice Water Spring Shelter. This is where the backpackers will stay if they're on this part of the trail.
How are you, sir?
Hello there, how are you? All day hiking?
On that
You gotta be kidding.
island. Never heard of it before.
Now, way down in the valley, you can see, I don't know if that's like Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, or what that is. But we should be getting our first glimpse of Charlie's Bunion in just a minute. And then, again, there's a first look at Charlie's Bunion. But this time it's so much more clear. Out to the west. And then Charlie's Bunion is actually up at 150 yards. And I think there's Mount LeConte. That's the first bloomed rhododendron I've seen.
I saw some petals earlier, but I didn't know what they were from. Just wondering if I could pick up the, what is that, iron
nice water spring. This pipe goes right across the middle of the trail. This is where you can take some water if you're running low. A lot of the backpackers will stop here. They say it's a spring, and you should always filter water no matter where it comes from, but a lot of people don't. As I said before, this just few tenths of a mile up to the jump off is, I think, the most rugged on the trail. Fortunately, it's only a few tenths of a mile. But, like Charlie's Bunion, it's well worth the hike once you get there. Almost to the jump off. Some more beautiful views out into the valley. Steve, I think you're going to say it's well worth the hike once we get there, buddy.
I think so. I may say it with a...
Yeah, I'll be with you. We have arrived at the jump off. There's that spot. There's that spot. It is just straight. Oh my goodness.
It's just straight down.
Worth the climb, Steve?
Yes, sir. My goodness.
Again, that is just straight down. Man, oh man. So we're back. Made it. Close to 9.5 miles. What do you think, Steve?
It was incredible. I would love to do it again.
Tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.